complex numbers. In this session, we are going to learn modulus of a complex number, amplitude form of a complex number, and then geometrical interpretations of the complex numbers. So let us move to see this. The distance from origin to the complex number z is the modulus of or absolute value of the complex number, and is denoted by modulus of z is equal to root of x square plus y square. So here the distance from any point, distance from a point to the complex number, distance from origin to the complex number, this length is said to be the modulus of the complex denoted by z or r. Next, amplitude or augment of the complex number, the angle made by the line joining the origin and the complex number in the positive direction of real axis. This x-axis here, it is called as real axis. This is called amplitude or augment of the complex number. Okay, right. Look into the diagram here. We call it as theta. Theta is nothing but arc z. This is the z in x comma y. This is the orgone plane. Orgone plane means x-axis is taken as a real axis and the y-axis taken as imaginary axis. So means z is equal to x plus iy is a complex number. So x values are taken on x-axis and the y values are taken on y-axis. So when y is equal to 0, on x-axis y is equal to 0, so we call it as real numbers, so real axis. When x is equal to 0, we call it as imaginary number, so we call it as imaginary axis. So z is equal to px comma y be a point, nothing but a complex number x plus iy. The distance from origin to the complex number is r, nothing but modulus of, and the angle made by OZ with the x-axis, real axis, is theta. Here theta is called amplitude or augment of the complex number. Okay, so the distance from z to x-axis is y, the distance from origin to m is x. Therefore, cos theta is equal to adjacent side by hypotenuse, and sin theta is equal to adjacent opposite side by hypotenuse. So what is tan theta? Tan theta is sin theta by cos theta, nothing but y by x. Therefore, theta is equal to tan inverse of y by x. And y is positive, it lies in second quadrant. First of all, if it is in first quadrant, then in second quadrant we call it as a pi minus tan inverse of y by x is the angle. And in third quadrant, we write it as a minus of pi minus tan inverse of y by x is amplitude. Write it as a minus tan inverse of y by x as amplitude. Here z is equal to x plus iy. Here it will be a minus x plus iy. Here it is minus x minus iy. Here it will be x minus iy. So clearly, from origin to the complex number, we call it as modulus of the complex number, and the angle made by the line joining the origin and the complex number is arc z. Okay, let us look at the values here. This is z. Z is equal to x plus iy is a complex number. This is origin. There is a z bar, conjugate of this. If it is theta, here it is minus theta. Next, it is minus x plus iy. If it is r, root of x square plus, this is also r. Same distance. This is also r, this is also r. This is minus x plus iy. This is minus x minus iy. Second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant. So if it is theta, this is also theta. But from here, it is a pi minus theta. Here, it is minus pi. When you come like this, it is minus pi. 0 to minus pi. There is 0 degrees. There is minus pi. There is pi by 2. When you come like this, it is minus pi by 2. Okay. So on x-axis, this is 180 minus. Minus pi plus theta. There is minus pi plus theta. I can write it as minus of pi minus theta. Opposite sign of this. If this is theta, this is minus theta. Okay. So on x-axis at a distance of r units, r is 0 on x-axis. In first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant, we call it as r is theta. Theta is the angle. If it is r is equal to how much? Root of x square plus y square. For all these, If x and y are positive, theta belongs to first, z belongs to first quadrant, implies theta is equal to tan inverse of y by x. First, we have to calculate tan inverse of y by x, taking x and y positive. If you observe that the z belongs to second quadrant, we'll write in the theta as arc z as pi minus tan inverse of y by x. According to here, if it is z, there is z bar, there is minus z, there is minus z bar. Okay, you can write it as minus z bar belongs to second quadrant. Augment of minus z bar is pi minus tan inverse of y by x. What is arc z bar? Arc z bar is minus tan inverse of y by x. Okay, what arc z minus z? Arc minus z is minus of pi minus tan inverse of y by x. So these are the things you have to learn. If it is on x-axis, look here. For some of the values, I'll write in the, it is origin. Okay, so this is on x-axis. When the complex number is taken on x-axis, it becomes 0 degrees. This are 0 degrees. You consider this as 30 degrees. It is 15. When it is added, this becomes 45 degrees. Again 15, it becomes 60 degrees. Then this 30, it is 90 degrees. Okay, here it is 90 degrees. Okay, this becomes 180 degrees. This is 270, that is minus 90 when you come like this. From here, when you calculate, it is minus 90. It is minus 179 up to 179 or minus 180. If you are taking up to 179, you can take up to minus 180. So here theta is calculated in between minus 180 to plus 180. Minus 182 plus 180. Right. So a point on this at a distance of 1 unit. So I can write it as 1 as cis 0. Distance is 1 unit. On x-axis is 0 degrees. So 1 cis 0. On 30 degrees means look here. 30 root 3 plus I. This distance is 2 units. Cis 30 degrees is pi by. Next 45 degrees. At 45 degrees, you can write it as 1 plus I. 1 plus I. 1 plus I is root 2. Distance is root 2 units. Cis pi by 4. 45 degrees. And then 1 plus root 3 I is at a distance of 2 units. Cis pi by 3. So I will write the R is root of x square plus y square. Theta is tan inverse of y by x. 1 by root 3 is pi by 6. So this is the way of writing. So you have to learn some of the important values. I is cis pi by 2. I is cis pi by 2. Minus I lies on there is I. Here I is cis pi by 2, 90 degrees. Here minus I. Minus I means cis minus pi by 2. Cis minus pi by 2. And then here the angle here is 180 degrees. Minus 1. There is cis pi. So modulus of z bar, modulus of minus z, modulus of minus z bar, already said they are equal. So modulus of 1, modulus of minus 1, modulus of I bar. I bar means minus I. I can write it as minus I. This is all equal to 1. Okay. Right now, let us move into problems. Express the following complex number in modulus amplitude form. 1 plus I is given. I'll write into one thing. 1 minus I. I know that there is x is equal to 1, y is equal to 1. But this complex number, if you consider this as z, this belongs to fourth quadrant. Okay. So I write r as root of x square plus y square, nothing but root 2. So r is 1. We have to calculate theta. Theta is arc z. Arc z in fourth quadrant is minus tan inverse of y by x is 1 by n. So you have to write into both the positive values of x and y so that it is in first quadrant. This value must be in first quadrant. If it is in first quadrant, tan inverse of y by x. If it is in fourth quadrant, minus tan inverse of y by x. In second quadrant, pi minus tan inverse of y by x. In third quadrant, minus of pi minus tan inverse of y by x. Okay, there is minus pi by 4. So what is the amplitude form, mod amplitude form of this? Therefore, 1 minus I is r. R is root 2. cis theta, theta is minus pi by 4, minus 1 by 1 is pi by 4, okay. There is a cis minus pi by 4. Similarly, take the value of 1 plus root 3i and then minus root 3i plus 1 minus root 3i. So 1 plus root 3i, you can do it minus root 3 plus I. I'll write for minus root 3 plus I. Second one. So x is equal to root 3 is equal to 1 I consider, whereas this is z belongs to second quadrant. What is r? R is equal to root of x square plus y square, 3 plus 1, that is 2. What is theta? Pi minus tan inverse of second quadrant. Pi minus tan inverse of y by x, 1 by root 3. Don't write minus values here. If you write minus values, then everything changes. We defined already this. If it is in first, how to calculate tan inverse of y by x first of all, so that it lies in first quadrant. Next, we go for second quadrant. If you observe that z belongs to second quadrant, write pi minus first quadrant angle. Pi minus first quadrant angle. If it is third quadrant, minus of pi minus first quadrant angle. If it is in fourth quadrant, minus of first quadrant angle. Okay, right. There is a pi minus pi by 6. There is 5 pi by 6. So r cis theta is 2 cis pi by 6 is the answer. Okay, and the next one, minus 1 minus root I. You take the third one, minus 1 minus root 3. You can say this belongs to third quadrant. Okay, so what is r? First of all, x is equal to 1, y is equal to root 3. What is r? Root 1 plus 3, that is 2. What is the theta? Third quadrant, minus of pi minus tan inverse of y by x is root 3 by 1. There is a minus of pi minus 60 degrees, minus 2 pi by 3. So r cis theta is 2 cis minus 2 pi by 3 is that. Okay, all right. Next one, second one, we go for second one. Simplify minus 2i plus 3i and then 1 plus I. Something is missing, but just we have to calculate this. Let us consider this as z. Z is nothing but minus 2i into, multiply these two things, 3 ones, 3 into I plus I into 1. I into I is minus 1. I into 1 minus plus I square is minus 1. So value is minus 2i into 3 minus 1 is 2 plus 4i. Again multiply with 2, this becomes minus 4i, and then 8i square becomes plus 8. This is the value of z. You can take minus 4 common, or else take 4 common, you can write it as 2 minus I as well. What is the magnitude of modulus of the complex number? 4 into modulus of this is root, so there is 4 root 5. Now IP textbook, something is given, that is missing here, but you can do this. If it is different, do it as homework. Next, aux and aux bar value. Aux plus aux bar, how to find aux plus aux bar. In general, we represent in two cases. What is case 1 means? If aux means theta, if aux is equal to not equal to pi, aux not equal to pi. If z is equal to x plus iy is a complex number, and aux is not equal to pi, that means y is not equal to 0 and x is not negative. Y is equal to 0, x is negative, then we will get aux is equal to pi. So aux is equal to theta. This implies aux bar is equal to minus theta. Aux plus aux bar, aux plus aux bar is equal to 0. Case 2. Case 2. If aux is equal to pi, that is z is equal to minus x. Means x is pi. There is x is pi. What is z bar? Z bar is minus x minus I0 is minus x itself. That is x is pi. So here aux z is equal to pi. Aux z bar is also pi. Therefore aux z plus aux z bar is equal to 2 pi. Look here. all the areas excluding the point on negative x-axis. If you consider z here in these places, arc z bar becomes minus theta. If in this area, if you consider z in first quadrant, z bar will be in fourth quadrant. If it is theta, it becomes minus theta. In second quadrant, if you take it becomes pi minus theta. In third quadrant, it is minus of pi minus theta. Both gets cancelled. So this. If it is on x-axis, negative x-axis, arc z becomes pi, arc z bar is also pi, arc z plus arc z bar becomes 2 pi. So what about on positive x-axis? On positive x-axis, it is on x-axis, x is nothing but x is pi, x is 0. Then what about the z bar? It is also x minus 0, there is x is 0. If arc z is 0, arc z bar is also 0. So arc z plus arc z bar, remaining all places excluding the point on negative x-axis, is arc z plus arc z bar is 0. Okay, right, next. Next problem. If z1 is equal to minus 1, z2 is equal to minus I, find arc z1, z2. What is z1? Minus 1. z1 is equal to minus 1. It can be written as cis pi. Cis pi is minus 1. What is z2? There is a minus I. There is nothing but cis minus pi by 2. What is z1, z2 means? z1, z2 is cis pi into cis minus pi by 2. Cis alpha into cis beta is cis of alpha plus beta. There is a cis minus cis pi by 2. Okay. So what is the arc z1, z2? Arc z1, z2 is equal to pi by 2. This is one method. If you come to next method, multiply z1 and z2. What is z1 and z2? Minus 1 into minus I becomes I. I can be written as cis of pi by 2. So what is the arc z1, z2? Arc z1, z2 is pi by 2. This is second method. I hope you will write into this. Next problem. Cis 2 alpha into cis beta, cis 2 beta is equal to cis theta. So cis alpha into cis beta is cis of alpha plus beta, 2 alpha plus 2 beta is equal to cis theta. So I can write theta as 2 times of alpha plus beta. Okay, next problem. Look here. Z1 by Z2 is an imaginary number. Then find Z1 2Z1 minus Z2 by 2Z1 plus Z2 modulus of. So let us consider Z1 by Z2. Since Z1 by Z2 is an imaginary number, I consider it as Ki. Ki is an imaginary. So take this value, modulus of 2Z1 by 2Z1 divided with the Z2, will get 2Z1 by Z2 minus 1, 2Z1 by Z2 plus 1. So this you can write it as 2Ki minus 1 by 2Ki plus 1. Modulus of Z1 by Z2 is modulus of Z1 by modulus of Z2. If you consider this as Z, this becomes Z bar. Modulus of Z and modulus of Z bar is same. So you'll get one as answer. Look here, this is 4K square plus 1. This is also root of 4K square plus 1. This becomes 1. Right. Next problem. Root 3 plus I whole to the power of 100 is this. Then show that A square plus B square equal to 4. Take modulus on both sides of the complex number. Take modulus. This becomes modulus of root 3 plus I whole to the power of 100 is equal to 2 to the power of 9 is constant into modulus of A plus IB. This is the root of 3 plus 1, A square plus B square whole to the power of 100 is equal to 2 to the power of 99 into root of A square plus B square. There is 2, root of 4 is 2, 2 to the power of 100 is equal to 2 to the power of 99 into root of A square plus B square. 2 to the power of 99 get cancelled, remain within the 2 power 1. Therefore, when you square, it becomes A square plus B square is equal to 2 square, that is 4. Next problem is equal to find the locus of Z. Let us consider Z is equal to x plus iy, therefore modulus of x plus iy is equal to 1. So this becomes root of x square plus y square is equal to 1. This implies x square plus y square is equal to 1 is the locus of Z. nothing but a circle whose center is origin and radius is 1 unit. Come to second problem. Modulus arg z minus 1 is equal to pi by 2. What is z? X plus iy, right? And the z is equal to x plus iy. X plus iy minus 1 is equal to pi by 2. Tan inverse of y by x minus 1 is equal to pi by 2. So where y is not equal to 0. Since if y is equal to 0, this becomes 0, where it is given as pi by 2. Therefore, since y is not equal to 0, so y by x minus 1 must be equal to infinity, undefined. This implies x minus 1 is equal to 0. These two are the conditions. Means when x minus 1 is equal to 0, something by 0 becomes infinity. 0 by 0 means undefined, so y is not equal to 0. Okay, y is, from this you can write y is equal to not equal to 0 and x minus 1 is equal to 0. Right. Next problem, arc z1 bar is equal to pi by 5, arc z2 is equal to pi by 3. What is arc z1? Arc z1 is equal to minus pi by 5. Arc z2 is pi by 3. What we need is arc z1 plus arc z2. Arc z1 plus arc z2 value is minus pi by 5 plus pi by 3. Take LCM, that is 15. There is minus 3 plus 5 is 2 pi. So 2 pi by 15 is the answer. Right. Next problem. Z is equal to 1 plus 2i by 1 minus I whole square. Then what is the arc z value? I first of all simplify z. This can be written as 1 plus 2i by 1 minus a minus b whole square is a square plus b square is I square is minus 1 minus 2ab is 2i. 1 gets cancelled. So there is a 1 plus 2i by 1 plus 2i. So very interesting. It both gets cancelled. This becomes 0. Z is equal to 0. What is arc z value? There is nothing but there is not 0. There is 1. Both gets cancelled 1. So I can write 1 as cis 0. Okay. So z is equal to cis 0. What is modulus of z? Modulus of z is equal to 1 and arc z is 0 degrees. Okay. Next. Simplify the following complex numbers and the modulus. 2 plus 4i into minus 1 plus 2i by minus 1 minus I, 3 minus I. First of all, take this value, multiply numerator, there is minus 2, 2 into 2, 4i, and then minus 4i, and then plus 8i square is minus 8. Denominator, minus 3 plus I, minus 3i, plus I square is minus 1. These two gets cancelled, minus 10 by, then minus 3 minus 1 is minus 4, minus 2i. So cancel with the 2, will be having 5 by 2 plus I. Multiply and divide with the 2 minus I. So that I can write it as 10 minus 5i by 4 plus 1. So divide with the 5, we'll get 2 minus I as the answer. Okay, there is the first one. Similarly, you can do this as a homework. In the second problem, first one, 1 minus I, 2 minus I, 3 minus I, n minus I. Product is x plus. Take modulus on both sides for the given equation. So modulus of 1 minus I, 2 minus I, 3 minus I, then so on n minus I is equal to modulus of x plus I. Modulus of z1, z2 is modulus of z1 into modulus of z2. So I can write it as modulus of 1 minus I, modulus of 2 minus I, so on modulus of n minus I is equal to modulus of x plus iy. So modulus of this is root of 1 plus 1, root of 4 plus 1, root of 9 plus 1, so on. Root of n square plus 1 is equal to root of x square plus y square. Okay, right. So there is 2 into root 5 into root 10 into so on. Root of n square plus 1 is equal to root of x square plus y square. In both sides, you get the 2 into 5 into 10 into so on n square plus 1 is equal to x square plus y square. Okay. Second problem. Look here. If a real part of z plus 1 by z plus I is 1, then find the locus of z. So let the z is equal to x plus iy. So z plus 1 by z plus I, nothing but x plus iy plus 1 by x plus iy plus I. So this is x plus 1 into iy by x plus I into y plus 1. So multiply and divide with x minus I into y plus 1. So that we can write this as x plus 1 into x is x square plus x. This into this is minus x plus 1 into y plus 1 into I. Then plus xyi, and this is minus I square becomes plus y square plus y by denominator becomes a square plus b square. Okay. Given real part of z plus 1 by z plus I is 1. What is the real part in it? Real part is x square plus x plus y square plus y by x square plus y plus 1 whole square means y square plus 2y plus 1 is equal to 1. Cross multiply, we'll get the x square plus x plus y square plus y is equal to x square plus y square plus 2y plus 1. X square plus y square, both sides gets cancelled. So x, if you get this side, this becomes minus y minus 2y is minus y, minus 1 is equal to 0. This is the locus of z. Find the equation of perpendicular bisector of the line segment joining the point 7 plus 7i, comma 7 minus 7i in the arc order. Through diagrammatic representation we can answer, or else let a and b be the 2 points. A and b be the 2 points. 7 comma 7 is a, 7 comma minus 7 is b. Let us find the midpoint of a and b. Let a is equal to 7 comma 7 and b is equal to 7 comma minus. Midpoint of AB is equal to m, nothing but a plus b by 2 is 7, a minus b by 2, a plus b by 2, x1 plus x2 by 2 is 7, y1 plus y2 by 2 is 0. Okay. So that is midpoint of a and b. What is slope of AB? Slope of AB is equal to m is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. This becomes infinity. Perpendicular slope is equal to 0. Therefore, equation of perpendicular bisector, clearly it passes through m. Perpendicular bisector passes through m, nothing but y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. So y is equal to 0 is that. Okay. Right. So that these points form an equilateral triangle in the horizontal plane. These points represents points in the horizontal plane. Then we have to show that these points forms an equilateral triangle. Let us consider A as 2 comma 2. B is a point nothing but minus 2 comma 2, and C is equal to minus 2 root 3 comma 2 root 3. Okay, first A is equal to 2 plus 2i. I wrote it as 2 comma 2. Next one minus 2i, minus 2 comma minus 2. Minus 2 root 3 plus 2 root 3i. I wrote it as minus 2 root 3 comma 2. What is AB? AB is the root of 2 plus 2 whole square, that is 16. Again 16. So root 32. That is BC is equal to root of minus 2 plus 2 root 3 whole square, and then minus 2 root 3 whole square. A plus b whole square plus a minus b whole square is 2 times of a square plus b square is 4, 3 is to 1. Again it's also root 32. And CA is root of CA. BC I wrote CA is minus 2 root 3 minus 2 whole square Again 2 root 3 minus 2 whole square. Same value as that of BC. Nothing but 2 times of A square plus B square. Nothing but 32. So AB is equal to BC is equal to CA. Therefore, we conclude that it forms an is equal to 10 plus squaring this x square plus 144 by 25 minus 24x by 5 plus y square. Then we'll get the minus 2ab is 20 into root of 10x minus 12 by 5 whole square plus y square. Okay. So x square y square gets cancelled. We remain with 8x this when you get this side, or else you can write like this 20 into let us cancel with 4 4s 4 2s, and then not possible, I think. Can divide in the letters in the right like this. Here it is 10, no? 144 by 25 into this 250 plus 144 by 25 minus 24x by 5 minus 20 into root of 5x minus 12y. If Z3 minus Z1 is a real number, then show that Z1, Z2, Z3 are collinear. Let us consider this as Z3 minus Z1 by Z2 minus Z1 is equal to a real number k or 1 by k. Okay, right? The cross multiply kz3 minus kz1 is equal to z2 minus z1. Okay, right? kz3 minus z2 is equal to kz1 minus z1. So kz3 minus z2 by k minus 1 is equal to z1. If you take z1 common, it is k minus 1. So it's in the form of, look here, z1 divides kz3 and z2 in the ratio external. So z1 kz2 minus kz2 minus kz3 minus z2 by k minus 1. Z1 divides the line joining z2 z3 externally in the ratio like this. Okay. Therefore, we can conclude z1, z2 and z3 are collinear. Since a point divides the other 2 points externally, certainly all the points lie in a line, so they are collinear. For example, z1, z2, z3 are collinear if and only if there exist real numbers p, q, r, not all zeros, satisfying this equation, and q plus r is equal to 0. I consider the necessary condition. Necessary condition is we have to consider z1, z2, z3. Z1, Z2, Z3 are collinear, and to prove Pz1 plus Qz2 plus Rz3 is equal to 0 for P plus Q plus R is equal to 0. Okay, so this is the necessary condition. So given Z1, Z2, Z3 are collinear, since Z1, Z2, Z3 are collinear, Z1, Z2, Z3 are collinear, I consider Z2 divides Z1 and Z3 in m is to n ratio. Therefore, I can write Z2 as mz3 plus nz1 by m plus n, which implies m plus nz3 Z2 is equal to mz2 plus nz1. So mz2 plus nz1 minus of m plus nz3 is equal to 0. So P is equal to M, Q is equal to N, R is equal to minus M minus N, isn't it? When you compare with the P Z1 plus Q Z2 plus R Z3, such that we can write P plus Q plus R is equal to M plus N minus M minus N becomes 0. This is the necessary condition. What is sufficient condition? Sufficient condition is we have to consider let the Pz1 plus Qz2 plus RZ3 is equal to 0 and P plus Q plus R is equal to 0. Then to prove Z1, Z2 and Z3 are collinear. So here I consider Pz1 plus Qz2 plus RZ3 and P plus Q plus R is equal to 0. Since P plus Q plus R is equal to 0, I consider R is equal to minus P minus Q. Substitute here Pz1 plus Qz2 plus RZ3 is equal to 0 implies Pz1 plus Qz2 minus of P plus Q into R Z3 is equal to 0. Replace the R with minus P minus Q. Plus Q into Z3 is equal to Pz1 plus Qz2. So Z3 is equal to Pz1 plus Qz2 by P plus Q. So Z3 divides Z1, Z2 in the ratio P is to Q. So here Pz1, Qz2 is divided by in the ratio P plus Q. Z3 divides Z2, Z1 in the ratio P is to Q. From the above conditions, we can conclude that Z1, Z2, Z3 are collinear. Then there exist three scalars PQR such that Pz1 plus Qz2 plus RZ3 is equal to 0 such that P plus Q plus R is equal to 0. Let us look into the problem. Z1, Z2 are two complex numbers satisfying Z1 plus Z2 is equal to modulus of Z1 plus modulus of Z2. Then we have to show that arc Z1 minus arc Z2 is equal to 0. So let us consider this as a Z1 complex number, Z1 as x1 plus IY1, Z2 as x2 plus IY2. What is arc Z1? Arc Z1 is tan inverse of y1 by x1. What is the arc Z2? Tan inverse of y2 by x2. Let us consider this as theta 1 and this as theta 2. So this implies tan theta 1 is y1 by x1, tan theta 2 y2 by x2. Right? Now come here. These are the things we have to assume. Now let us take modulus of z1 plus z2 is equal to modulus of z1 plus modulus of z2. Write the values. What is z1 plus z2? Z1 plus z2 is x1 plus x2 plus I into y1 plus y2. Then modulus. This is equal to modulus of x1 plus iy1 plus modulus of x2 plus iy2. There is a root of there is a x1 square, x1 plus x2 whole square plus y1 plus y2 whole square equal to root of x1 square plus y1 square plus root of x2 square plus y2 square. When you square this becomes squaring on both sides, x1 square plus x2 square plus 2x1 x2 y1 square plus y2 square plus 2y1 y2 is equal to x1 square plus y1 square plus x2 square plus y2 square plus 2 into root of x1 square plus y1 square root of x2 square plus y2 square. Okay, then x1 square, x2 square, y1 square, y2 square gets cancelled. When you divide with the 2, we remain with x1 plus x2 plus y1 y2 is equal to under root of x1 square y1 square into x2 square plus y2 square. Okay, root a into root b is root ab. 2 gets cancelled, right? Squaring on both sides, we'll get the x1 square, x2 square, y1 square, y2 square, 2x1, x2, y1, y2 is equal to multiply x1 square, x2 square plus x1 square, y2 square plus x2 square, y1 square and then y1 square, y2 square. x1 square, y1 square, y2 square gets cancelled. When you take this side, it becomes x1, y2 whole square, x2, y1 whole square. Okay, you send this side minus 2 x1, x2, y1, y2, else y2, y1. So look here, is equal to 0. This can be written as x1, y2 minus x2, y1 whole square is equal to 0. There is nothing but x1, y2 is equal to x2, y1. This implies y1 by x1 is equal to y2 by x2. y1 by x1 is equal to y2 by x2. Then I can write it as tan theta 1 is equal to tan theta 2. Therefore, theta 1 is equal to theta 2. Look here, PQ denotes Z1, Z2 in the organ diagram. O is the origin. Z1, Z2 bar plus Z1 bar Z2 is equal to 0. Then we have to prove that angle POQ is equal to 90. So let us move on to the problem. Let the P is equal to x1 plus iy1, that is x1 y1, and Q is equal to x2 y2. O be the origin. So what is the slope of OP? M1 is equal to y2 minus y1, that is y1 by x1, y1 minus 0 by x1 minus 0. Slope of OQ is equal to M2 is equal to y2 by x2. Similarly, if you consider M1 M2 is equal to minus 1, then y1 by x1 into y2 by x2 is equal to minus 1 implies y1 y2 is equal to minus x1 x2. Or else we can conclude that the x1 x2 plus y1 y2 is equal to 0. Right. This is the thing lies here. This is number 1. Right. The given condition is z1 z2 bar plus z1 bar z2 is equal to 0. There is x1 plus iy1 into x2 minus iy2, x1 minus iy1 into x2 plus iy2 is equal to 0. Multiply x1 x2 minus I into x1 y2 plus I into y1 x2 plus y1 y2. When you multiply this, you will get into x1 x2 plus x1 y2 into I, then minus x2 y1 into I, then plus y1 y2. I square is minus 1, that is plus, right, is equal to 0. x1 y2 negative, positive, positive, negative gets cancelled. So 2x1 x2 is equal to minus 2 y1 y2. So x1 x2 is equal to minus y1 y2. From equation 1 we can conclude that it is OP is perpendicular to OQ. Since m1 into m2 is equal to minus 1, it's possible only when OP into OQ is equal to 0, or else you can write it as x1 x2 plus y1 y2 is equal to 0, no? So this is the condition that you can say that OP is perpendicular to OQ. So angle at O POQ is equal to 90 degrees. OP OQ slope are perpendicular, therefore at O will have 90 degrees. Pi by 2 and satisfy this equation. Then show that this is equal to I consider z is equal to x plus iy is a complex number. Arc z is nothing but theta. So theta is equal to first quadrant tan inverse of y by x. This implies tan theta is equal to y by x. Implies cot theta is equal to x by y. This is first condition. Also given modulus of z minus 3i is equal to 3. This can be written as modulus of x plus iy minus 3i is equal to 3. This can be written as x square root of x square plus y minus 3 whole square is equal to 3. So from this you can write x square plus y square minus 6y plus 9 is equal to 9. 9 gets cancelled. So this is equation number 1, that is x square plus y square. I can write it as 6y. Now we move on to the problem. What's given is given cot theta minus 6 by z, that is LHS. I take this as LHS. Cot theta value is x by y minus 6 by x plus iy. Z is x plus iy. So multiply and divide with x minus iy. So this is x by y minus 6 times of x minus iy by x square plus y square. Okay. Right. Next. This is x cube plus xy square minus 6xy plus 6y square I by x square plus y square into y. Here I can write it as x into x square plus y square, x into, so that it becomes easy. So x into, what is x square plus y square? This is 6y. This is 6y minus 6xy plus 6y square I by y in 6y into y. So these two gets cancelled. 6y square I by 6y square. The 6y square gets cancelled, is I, which is equal to RHS. Okay, right.